Hi, this is Alexis from the Kiteboarder Magazine. I'm here at the 2018 North Kite Dealers Meeting here in Hood River, Oregon with Sky Solback, the shaper for these beautiful surfboards.
How's it going, Alexis?
Great, and I mean, these things are looking really nice. This whip is looking really, really nice.
Thanks a lot, man. Yeah, we put a lot of work into these boards over the past year or so, and we're really happy that we're able to present them to our dealers here in Hood River. What we're looking at here is the new Pro Whip for 2018. As you can see, there's been some pretty big changes to this board. I guess the first thing we need to talk about is the construction. We've now gone to a vacuum bag construction. We've moved away from the molded construction, and that's across our entire range for all of our constructions. The reason we did that is we're able to achieve a much lighter board, and we're also, especially with this Pro Edition, able to have a clear lamination, so you can really see all the tech features.
Yeah, I see the cork. I see the cork in here, and I see the carbon. And I see all that good stuff. And you mentioned vacuum bagging. How many times do you guys vacuum bag these things?
Well, yeah, actually, with this particular construction, this one gets vacuum bagged 3 different times. So we're kind of isolating each layer as we go. First the cork gets vacuumed on, and then multiple layers after that, and top and bottom. The reason we do it that way is we're able to really control the amount of resin that goes into the board. So, you know, excess resin is excess weight, and it also hurts the flex. So we want to have as little resin as we possibly can, and that's the reason that we do it 3 times.
Yeah, I noticed that. Tell me about this kind of, what is it, corduroy you got what's going on here? What's up with that, man? I mean, I could wear this stuff.
Yeah, this is a new Pro Pad that we're offering for 2018. Yeah, it's kind of surf inspired. A lot of guys are doing this in surfing now, and we started playing around with this last year, and our team riders are really loving it. I've actually always been a wax guy. I've always ridden with wax just because I like the feel and the grip of it, and I'm actually finally riding with a pad this year. This stuff is super grippy when it gets wet, but it's really thin. It's only about, I think, like 2.5 millimeters thick, so you still have a really good sense of the board. You can still feel the board under your feet, but you have really good grip.
No, like chafing or none of that stuff that sometimes happens, you know, when you have this sort of stuff, diamond groove.
Yeah, it's funny with this stuff, like if you feel it here on dry land, it doesn't seem like this kind of corduroy pattern would be that grippy, but you get this stuff wet and it's just like gecko feet. It's like really grippy, and yeah, the board stays on your feet just as well as it does with wax.
Nice. Now, you have this type of technology. You've got some other new technology here also.
Yep.
That, you know, looks as light and kind of has that kind of same feel looking.
Yeah, so this last board we just checked out, that was the Whip Pro, so that's in the Pro construction. We're now looking at the Whip CSC. This is the classic construction. So important thing to note, these 2 shapes now are exactly the same. So 2 different constructions, same shape. One being the strapless specific construction, and this the classic construction having foot strap inserts. So that's the main difference. Construction wise, you can see that this is not a clear lamination, but it's actually a full sandwich board. So we have bamboo sandwich on the bottom and on the top, as well as other reinforcements inside here. We have our cork shock absorber, all that stuff. You can read about all the tech features on our website.
Now, before we move on to the next board, you've got some channels going on here. Let's walk us through with a nice little spine. Let's walk through that.
Yeah, shape-wise, this board has changed a lot this year. It's actually a completely different board than last year's Pro CSC or last year's Whip. Yeah, the main feature on the bottom, of course, being the channel. One thing with this channel, a lot of people when they see channels, they immediately think, oh, it's going to be super grippy. Well, that's not really the case with this channel. I wouldn't say it adds necessarily more grip, but it adds more control. The board feels really settled in the water. You'll notice that, especially when you're just riding through the chop going out. The nose isn't wandering side to side. It just feels really stable and really settled in the water. When you engage this board into a bottom turn, it just feels really connected and really gives you a really good sense of where the board is. You have really good grip. But the main thing with this board and why we did the channel is I was able to incorporate a little more width into the board, which increases the curve in the outline. So it just makes the board more surfy, goes better top to bottom. But this channel keeps it all under control, keeps it really stable.
You don't feel like you're losing it when you're kind of pushing out.
Yeah, you still have this real nice surfy feeling. You have this real nice connected feeling with a nice surfy flow top to bottom. Yeah.
So best of both worlds, kind of.
Exactly, yeah. It's a nice balance between having good grip and playfulness.
Nice. Okay, so let's move on to the Wham.
All right, this is the 2018 Wham, and so this also comes in 2 constructions this year. This is the Wham Pro, We're going to check out the classic WAM in just a second. Changes to this board, besides the construction obviously, worked a lot with the team riders on this board this year. They wanted to have a little bit more width here under the front foot. That really just helps it go a little better in smaller waves and when the waves don't have that much punch. But also it allows you to sort of drive more off your front foot. When the waves get bigger, you have a little more surface area up here. You can really lean forward and drive off your front foot.
Cool. And let's, you're going to a 3-fin setup on this, a tri-fin setup?
Yep, all of our boards actually are on tri-fin this year, except for the Nugget, which is still on a quad fins.
No, and you've got the carbon strip in the middle. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, that's something we didn't quite cover on the Whip Pro there. We put this carbon here just for added reflex, basically. It helps with strength and against buckling, but really it's a balance between giving you really good reflex, having the carbon on the bottom, and then of course the dampening of the cork on the deck. So, yeah.
Nice. And there's the next WAM construction over there. Classic.
So this is the WAM in the classic construction. So same exact shape as the Pro WAM, except of course this is in our classic construction with the bamboo top and bottom. And again, this kind of construction is just really tailored specifically for strap riding. Has all the reinforcements under the heels, so really bomber construction meant specifically for strap riding.
So let's talk about the new Nugget you got going on.
Okay, let's check it out. This is the new 2018 Nugget. It's been completely reworked, did a brand new shape for 2018. Comes in two sizes, a 5.0 and a 5.3. Anyone who knows the Nugget knows it's all about light wind performance, and surfing in really small waves makes really small, mushy conditions super fun.
No, you got a nice defined spine here through these channels. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, this is really the key to making the Nugget work. This is where all the magic lies, is in the bottom shape. So it's got this really defined double concave, super deep double. That basically creates two really flat sections here through the bottom, and that's what gives the Nugget its glide and ability to really get going in light wind. You have this really flat surface that channels the water right into the fins and helps you rock upwind.
Nice. And then finally the Go Get 'em board. I mean that thing is like big wave, call your mama.
This is the rounded pintail of the range, so this is definitely tailored more towards bigger, more powerful surf. This is the Session. Not a lot of changes shape-wise from last year. Of course, it's got all the new construction features for 2018. But yeah, this board, we introduced it last year in two sizes, 5.8 and 5.11, and some really small refinements to it this year, a little bit of different volume distribution in the nose, but otherwise remains unchanged. And this board really is the carving machine. This is the one when you get a nice big open face wave and you really want to lay into some turns. This is the tool to have.
Now I noticed these fins are different than the hex core fins you had over there on the other boards. Explain a little bit more about these fins.
Yeah, so all of our pro construction boards, all the late team construction, come with a hand-foiled polyester fin. So this is a solid glass fiber fin, so it just has a really good feel, really responsive flex. And then all of the classic construction boards are coming with the RTM honeycomb fins. Yep.
Okay. Now I know we didn't go over all the specific sizes and all the different volumes, because people, God knows, talk about volume nowadays with their surfboards.
Yeah.
It's like crazy. But you know, where can they find more information about all this stuff?
They can go on our website, northkiteboarding.com. You can find all the product information, all the tech features, and of course go and visit your local rep and they can tell you the lowdown on all this stuff.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Sky.
Thanks a lot, Alexis.